Welcome to Deadlines, Nannies, and Other 3 a.m. Thoughts. My name is Amy Fox, partner and financial planner at Skylight Financial Group. Throughout this series, we are having real conversations about where we are and what we face. I know what it is like to work hard and raise kids hard. Today, I invite my colleague, Michelle Taylor, from our executive team to discuss the working mother dilemma.
Are you the ideal employee getting to the office at 7 a.m. and staying until 7 p.m.? Do you answer emails, phone calls on the weekend, and cancel family plans to put out fires at work? Or are you the ideal mother, completely committed to the needs and well-being of your children and spouse, taking time off when they're sick, leaving promptly at 5 so you have time to make dinner, monitor homework, and of course, chauffeur the children around to all of their activities? This is not an either-or question, because it's impossible to be both the ideal employee and the ideal mother. But we're expected to work like we have no children and mother like we have no job. Given the way the workplace is currently structured, you can't have it all. That promise was never real. To put it in perspective, we talk about the working mother dilemma. But when was the last time you actually heard someone refer to the working father dilemma? Do you have a boss who expects you to be available 24/7? Did you try to set some boundaries, firmly yet politely, saying that you saved weekends and most evenings for family? What if you tried and it didn't go well? Did you consider leaving your company to look for another position? If so, you would not be the first nor the last woman who has had to choose between two bad options: stay and succeed, but miss out on family life, or leave and possibly jeopardize your career. Women who work their way to top management positions in male-dominated professions like finance, high-tech, law, medicine, and engineering may find themselves working with men whose spouses do not work outside the home. That is, your colleagues may be married to those ideal mothers who take care of everything so their husbands can be those ideal employees. But you know you're smart, resourceful, motivated, and an expert at multitasking. You can figure out a workaround. You can handle the logistics of this working mother dilemma, right? Let's say you just had your second child, and you spent most of your 4-week maternity leave, which we all know actually consists of a mix of hoarded vacation, sick days, and unpaid leave, finding that decent daycare center that actually opens at 6:30 a.m. for the baby, and before care slot for your school-aged child, both in locations that will enable you to make that 45-minute commute and get to work by 7:15. Not good enough. Your boss has scheduled a twice-weekly meeting at 7 a.m. and expects you to be there. For a leader to arrive late at 7:15 really sets a bad example for the whole team. Here's another issue you might recognize. You've been looking forward to venting with your girlfriends about the working mother dilemma because it completely dominates your entire life right now. After all, you've been friends forever, you can say anything to each other. They have jobs and children too, so they will understand and sympathize even though your work lives have gone in different directions. You've been tightly focused on advancing to top management, but your friends, for whatever reason, have opted to make that climb and not earn as much as you do. So when you tell them about the 7 a.m. meeting, they're not sympathetic. What are you complaining about, they say? You make 6 figures. You can afford top-notch daycare for a nanny. But they're not realizing it's not always about what's affordable. You don't want to hand off everything to someone else. You want to see your children in the morning. You want to help them with their homework and watch them at the school play. Why can't you be financially successful in your career without sacrificing your family? You want some real work-life integration. And speaking of 6 figures, even though you make an excellent salary, you can't seem to find time to do your financial planning. You've always been good at juggling responsibilities, organizing, and prioritizing tasks, but this, you're avoiding. Maybe it's because it seems like an overwhelming task to take on top of everything else. So stop thinking that way, and let's call it for what it is. You could use some help. We all can. We can work with you to help manage your finances and stop putting it off because you have no time. And we know, as a working mom, time is your biggest commodity. We'll take a look at your situation and present some options for outsourcing chores and responsibilities you don't want, so you have time to do the things that you do. You might not have to sacrifice family or career or vice versa. In a seemingly impossible situation, we can show you what's possible.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Deadlines, Nannies, and Other 3 a.m. Thoughts. Consumed by the working mother dilemma and ready to stop putting your finances on the back burner as a result? Reach out today to see if we'd be a good fit for your team by visiting the link below.